So I have a simple system that turns one YouTube video a week into about $10,000 a month. And the cool thing is I'm doing this with a very small YouTube channel. So in this video, I just want to show you exactly what I'm doing and show you the simple system so that you can just copy it. Now, when it comes to content marketing, most businesses that I speak to are just trying to do a bit of everything. You know, they're posting on LinkedIn, they're on Instagram, they've maybe tried YouTube, someone told them to start a podcast. They're trying lots of things, really just throwing a load of shit at the wall to see what sticks. And a lot of the time, the only reason that they actually hit their numbers is because they got a last minute referral or by luck, somebody came in and bought from them. And this is quite a scary place to be in where, you're putting all this time into marketing and making content, but, you're not sure that it's actually working. And I did this for a long time. And what I realized was it wasn't a lack of effort, it was more just putting effort into the wrong things. So that's why I want to show you this simple system that's now working for me. Now, before I break down the system, I just want to mention one thing. I've built this system because I actually enjoy creating content. So I love sitting down, writing a YouTube script. I enjoy filming my videos. So I wanted to build a business that actually got clients from that creative process because I enjoy it. Not everybody is going to enjoy doing this. So it's really important to know how you want to get clients because it's important to build the business that you actually want. I know that if I was to sit and do cold outreach all day, then it would also grow my business, but I just don't want to build a business that way. So there's lots of other forms of marketing that work, but if you want to create content and have your customers come to you, then I think what I'm about to show you will really resonate with you. So the first step is the 2-hour writer. Now, I got this concept from Dan Coe a few years ago. And if you don't know who Dan Coe is, he's built a multi-million-dollar business and he attributes all of his success to writing 2 hours every morning. That's his non-negotiable. So I've been following him for a long time, and after watching lots of his videos and also signing up to his course, I started implementing the 2-hour writer, and it has been, I guess, the biggest game changer to my business in terms of the amount of content that we were able to put out. So most people that I speak to, the reason that they don't put out content or they don't make YouTube videos is because they say that they just don't have any time to work on the content. And this basically solves that problem, because if you want to do this, actually put out content that brings in customers, then the first step is you need to actually block out the time. It sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but most people don't actually do this. So for me, I block out the first 2 hours in the morning. So I block out 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. because those first 2 hours are when I feel the freshest and I've got the most creative energy, and it's really just when I do my best work. So another big mistake people make is they try to work on their scripts, in between client calls or at the end of the day when they're feeling tired. And, it's their leftover energy. They're not putting their best work into it. And, sooner or later, that's unsustainable and they end up just stopping. So I would highly recommend that you block out the first 2 hours of the morning before you do anything. Just sit down, make a coffee, and that's when you do your writing. And trust me, it'll accumulate so quickly that you'll have more ideas than you know what to do with. So spend those 2 hours in the morning working on your YouTube video. Okay, step 2, the big idea. Now, the secret to making a good YouTube video is the idea itself has to be good. This is the first step to actually making a good YouTube video. And if you're posting one YouTube video a week, you only need to have one good idea per week. And this is where you then spend the 2 hours in the morning fleshing out the YouTube video. So here's where most people build a content system that is just unsustainable and doesn't work for them. They'll work on their YouTube script and then they'll post something separate on LinkedIn and then something separate on Instagram. They're having to think about different content for all different platforms. So here's what I do. I'll just work on one YouTube script a week. I put everything I can into this one script and I make it as good as can be, and I flesh it out to the best of my abilities. And then once the script is built, that's the hard work done. I've put all this energy into making this video as good as can be, and all I need to do after that is then repurpose it. So my one YouTube video then becomes 2 newsletters that I send out usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then it also becomes 3 to 5 LinkedIn posts. So I'm not having to come up with new content ideas on all these different platforms. All I do is make this one script as good as can be, and then that basically feeds the whole ecosystem. And it also means that you're not scattered posting different content on different platforms. So by following this system, you're not creating 4 different pieces of content. You're just creating one piece of content, one big idea, and then you're distributing it on different platforms. And I just want to stress, you can't half-arse the YouTube script. That does have to be as good as you can make it. Because if the YouTube script is generic, then all the rest of the content will be generic as well. So do the hard work on the YouTube script, make it as good as it can be, and then the hard work's done and it's just about distributing it. So I don't want to cram too much into this video, but if you want me to make a separate video on how I come up with ideas and actually script out my YouTube videos, then leave a comment down below. Okay, so we've now carved out the time to work on our YouTube videos and we're posting on multiple platforms without it taking up half our week. Well, that takes me to step 3, which is the warm pipeline. So once you start to post on all these platforms, what you find starts to happen is people will start to engage with your content. So some people come directly from YouTube. So for me personally, I've got a link to book a call in the description of my videos. Some people will just book a call directly from the video itself. Now, other people will download my lead magnet and then they join my email list and they start getting my weekly newsletters. After a few weeks or even months of receiving these newsletters, some people reply and that often leads to a call and then they become a client that way. And thirdly, some people don't even see the YouTube videos to begin with, but they will comment on my LinkedIn posts. So what I do when somebody engages with a LinkedIn post, I'll then go onto their profile and I'll have a look and I'll see if they fit our ideal client profile. And if it's somebody that I think that we could genuinely work with, I'll often start a conversation with them. And when that leads to talking about our business, I send them the YouTube videos. And this can often lead to a call, and then we've got multiple clients from this method as well. You know, I'm not pitching to them, I'm not coming in telling them about our services. I just send them a thoughtful message or ask about their business. And when the conversation naturally drifts to talking about what we do, I'll send them the YouTube videos. It's often the case that they watch 3 or 4 videos and they're interested in what we do and we'll book a call, and this often leads to them becoming a client. By the time we actually book a call, you know, they feel like they know me and I've built up that trust through my videos. So, you know, it's not a hard sales call, it's really just working out if what we do is right for them. I'm not trying to convince them on our services or trying to build up lots of trust. So just to recap, some people will become clients directly from a YouTube video. Others will join the email list, and after a few weeks or months of receiving the newsletters, they'll then book a call. And some people, it's through the content that I'm putting out on LinkedIn. But you can see how all of these methods, everything just ties back to that one piece of content I do a week. The YouTube video is what fuels this whole thing. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, that sounds great, but I don't really know what to make videos on or how to structure my content to convert viewers into customers, well, I offer a strategy call where we work through all of this together. And by the end of it, you have a clear roadmap from the quickest way to get customers from your YouTube channel. So you can book a call from the link below. So for me personally, I'm building a business around the life that I actually want to live. You know, I don't want to grind myself into the ground working 12 hours a day. I want to make a system that brings customers to me and I get to work with people all around the world. So now you know the simple content strategy that brings customers into your business with just one YouTube video a week. But I would highly recommend that you watch this video next, because YouTube has actually changed quite a lot in the last few months, and there's some channels out there, they're doing all the right titles, thumbnails and hooks, but their videos are still falling flat and they're not bringing in any customers. So make sure you watch this video next so that you don't make that same mistake, and I'll see you there.